Hello.
Hello.
Our man on the go, Jamal, is back on location again.
There we
Yay.
go. I'm sorry. Oops, sorry. Coffee.
Well, I'm having a coffee too because I'm dying today.
Right?
Ugh.
I was like, it's
Last night
Friday.
was so much fun.
I know I was there.
I got a little toasted. It was well deserved. Mm-mm. Jamal, are you frozen or am I frozen? I don't know. Oh, Jamal is frozen. Okay, so until Jamal is unfrozen, um, let's just welcome everybody to the commentary zone. As you Jamal, you're back. Okay,
Yeah.
Jamal, you're gone. All right.
There we go. Yeah. The phone when my phone's Wi-Fi is actually on. It'll pick up on any Wi-Fi, even the weakest of Wi-Fi. So I just turned it off.
Right.
My apologies.
Okay. All right. So, welcome to the commentary zone. As you come into the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up. I'm giving us a thumbs up right now. Jamal, I know you've already done it. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe. What are you waiting for? Hit the notification bell so that you're made aware every time that we play a live video or a premiere video. And tell a friend, have them come and join us. We seem to be growing. Oh my God. I want to thank all of you who have subscribed to us in the past couple of weeks. We really appreciate it.
Oh, most definitely. It's always
Yay.
fun to have more people, and we've seen like new people in the chat, so that's been
Mm-hmm.
fun. Like it's always fun to have new people come along and who want to hear what you have to say and who appreciate your perspective, even if they don't always
Mm-hmm.
agree. I like to have the conversation because
Yeah.
reality TV at its core should be fun, but it should also be
Mm-hmm.
somewhat thought provoking because I feel like the shows I don't like is because I can see everything and there's no discussion to be had.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is where it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me feel anything, so to speak. I think it's a better way to put it.
And not only that, it doesn't hurt to discuss uncomfortable subjects.
Yeah,
It
I
just
mean,
doesn't.
it doesn't hurt, but I will say this: it only works if people are really open to hearing what you have to say. Some people get in their bubbles and don't want to really go outside of that bubble. Granted, I feel that
You're
if you
missing
can
out.
tell, I can tell if you can tell someone's not open to it.
Hmm.
Don't keep trying to hammer the point home because it just closes them off more. Just accept that they're not in the space to receive your message and keep it moving.
Oh my God. Let's just say hi to everyone in the chat. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Susan. Oh, that's me. Hey, Black Lavender. Uh, hey, Crazy Cat Mama. I woke up with a hangover. Oh, geez. Sorry about that, Heidi. Thank you, Black Lavender. Hey, GTA and Opinions. You didn't get your notification. I'm sorry. You know what Heidi
It
was
just
saying
came
about
out.
that?
It just came out 2 minutes ago.
It did? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
GTA, just check and see if you eventually got it. If it's too late for you, just follow us on Twitter cuz that comes out like as soon as I hit live, my phone is pinging that the Twitter feed is going.
Hmm.
Um Hey Trey, good afternoon. Hey Vale. Let's see who else. Okay. Oh, you didn't have a hangover. Okay, sorry about that, Heidi. I didn't. I'm just tired. I just did. Okay, good. Thanks, GTA. All right, so on the docket today, we've got two of our favorites. Shahs of Sunset, season 9, episode 10. To Ahloo or not to Ahloo? And Family Karma season 2, episode 9, which happened to be the finale of this season. One last proposal. Okay, Shahs first.
Yes, and I'm gonna say this right now. Like you won me over with a particular character.
Who won? Who over with what character?
You did. I'm going to have to say, you and most of the chat, if not all the chat, were correct. I was being too optimistic about a particular character, and we'll start with him,
Ooh, Nima?
Reza.
Reza? Oh,
Yes,
why? What
because
happened?
okay, so this episode annoyed me. I was playing games. I was playing a play poker tournament during this episode, but I was listening.
Mhm. Mhm.
And when I heard Reza, I was like, "Is he crying again?" I'm like, "You know what? The chat and Debbie were right on this one." And it was just so bad. I having to turn over when he was fake crying. I'm like,
Mhm.
no tears in that face. Yeah, they were right. Reza, I'm sorry, sir.
Mhm.
I can't roll with you no more. I tried with you. I tried to use it, but God, I can't do it.
There's a difference in his crying, and I'm just gonna say this as someone who watched them from the beginning. I would say anything past season two, maybe even three, but I would say two for sure. With Reza crying, it was genuine. Now I
Agreed.
feel like it's a gimmick he pulls out to gain sympathy. Like he's using us whenever the tears are deployed.
What came to mind to me was emotional manipulation, and that's how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he uses that like, I want to see baby Sham. Like, let that go. You need to let that
Yeah.
go. And him boohooing and fake boohooing, I was like, I'm over it. I'm like, that whole scene with him in London. I'm like, are you serious? Is this what we're doing now?
Yeah, the
I
tarot card. I mean,
Here's the thing.
I'm down for a good tarot card session,
Here's me
but
though.
really,
But here's my whole thing. Maybe how can I put this? So
mhm.
I look at tarot as some sort of spiritual belief,
It,
and
I look at it
I
as
believe.
entertainment.
I don't, only because people really believe in it, and when people really believe in something, I give the utmost respect.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that for them to sit there and do that was highly disrespectful for people who actually believe in tarot and take it very,
Mm-hmm.
very seriously. Like you don't,
Well,
you anything spiritual, mystical, you don't play with that stuff. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. For me, it is entertainment. For
Mm-hmm.
those who truly believe in it as like a religion or whatever, the mystical being or seeing into the realm beyond or whatever, that's how they feel about it. How I feel about it is it's entertainment. I won't disparage them in their beliefs or whatever, just like I don't expect them to disparage me on my beliefs of whatever. But for me, it's entertainment. It really is. So what else? What else
I mean,
with
I could
Reza?
definitely see it. For me, the main point was the restraining order. I mean, I understand what he wants to do, but the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
you only want to drop the restraining order to see Shams. It's not because you really believe Tommy did nothing wrong, and that's the problem.
But here's the thing, right? This is an extension of the original restraining order, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so here Tommy went to court for this. Tommy is doing what is it? Service, something service. He's
A
going to
community service or
anger
something.
management. Yeah, yeah, community service. He's going to anger management. He's really trying to deal with the cards that were dealt to him, right?
Right.
It has
Hmm.
been almost 2 years. Almost
Yeah.
2 years that
So yeah,
he
yeah. The reason because they missed the season. Yeah, they
right.
didn't film
So
last year. So yeah.
almost 2 years since he slung a few pots in their backyard. Yeah, he came over with a bat, but what person from New York don't roll with a bat? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Um, my thing is people who do more are penalized less for situations like this. I don't know what Adam is so scared of. You need to look at this financially. You're depending on money from this show. Let that damn restraining order go. Really. It's done. It's over with. Tommy ain't messing with you no more, Adam. He ain't coming to your house no more, Adam. He's done with it. Like, y'all are dust to him. No one cares about you or your restraining order. Go and bake a pie and let it go. What I didn't like was Reza confirmed to MJ that he was dropping the restraining order without talking to Adam
Right.
first, especially if
Exactly.
both of them pull the restraining order. He should have said, let me go home and talk to Adam and I'll get back with
Exactly.
you. Or I'll have my attorney contact your attorney with what we've decided to do. Because this is a
I
legal
agree.
matter. And it was handled real fucking messy. And
Well,
I
look who's involved.
just, I don't get it.
Look who's
And
involved.
exactly. But Reza is used to being in charge. And I guess he's used to Adam following everything that he says. But I guess Adam took like a karate class or something and suddenly like can feel his left nut. And he's like, but I'm not comfortable with that. Shut up. You're not on this show. Nobody's coming after you. Y'all weren't even there. Y'all were at Reza's house. Don't get
Right.
it. Don't get it. But whatever. Are you frozen, Jamal?
Yeah.
Jamal?
Because you're frozen
Oh,
on my
geez.
end. So give me two
Jamal,
seconds.
where are
Sorry,
you?
guys. I see. Are you good now? Am I good? Can you hear me? No.
Jamal, you're going in and out. And he
I
knows
am.
how important meeting baby Shams. Okay. Trey says, I blame Adam at this point. He knows how important meeting baby Shams is to Reza, but refuses to do what is necessary to mend the rift and allow that to happen. Yes. Yes. I agree with you on that, Trey. I'm over
Mm-hmm.
this. I'm really, really,
Can y'all hear
really
me?
over it. Yes, you're back.
Can you
I
hear
was
me?
just,
Okay, perfect. I'm back. Perfect.
you're back. You're
No, it's a
just a
good. It's a
little
good.
spotty.
Yeah, that's where I am. Unfortunately, sorry.
Okay.
But yeah,
Adam
I
is
agree with
just
you.
holding on.
Adam is a still pro.
Mm-hmm.
To me Adam's always been a problem. I'm sorry. I wanted Adam off the show for what since he came on, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah. Okay, so Trey can hear you. I made it to the live. Yay, Stephanie!
Hey, what's
Okay.
up, Stephanie?
All right. So I that was my only thing with Reza this week. I annoying and
Mm-hmm.
stupid, and
Yes,
he made a bad call regarding the um restraining order. So who's next?
he did. Let's do
Huh?
MJ. So for
MJ.
me, the main thing with MJ is her relationship with Tommy, and I
Mm-hmm.
think this is what happens um, sometimes with couples where they tend to focus on the baby and forget about each other. And also,
Mm-hmm.
Tommy seems to be always with the baby. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's like always on daddy duty. So he loves his son, and I you know what it is. I like their scenes together. I love seeing him with baby Shams, but he's so into baby
If you say
Shams.
so.
He,
I'm so
you can't deny that man
mean.
loves his child. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
What do you think about MJ thinking that Tommy's not attracted to her anymore?
Tommy's from Queens. He's attracted to her. I'm just saying. She's an
So
open vessel.
shut up.
Mm.
But what is it? So what? So okay. Going off your theory,
Yeah.
do you think is this is just a storyline for her for next
Yeah.
season?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having marriage problems. Like, what do we do? I'm gonna put $10 on this. Bet you they ain't counseling next season.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. And I think Tommy is a man of limited patience. I don't think he has patience for this stupid show. And like Heidi said, I think he has a lot of anger towards Reza because of this show. Um,
Mm.
and he's holding his kid as a hostage because he's just like, I don't care whether they drop it or not. He's never seeing my kid. I don't think they really understand what they're dealing with Tommy.
I don't think so either. And but the interesting thing is this though. I don't think Tommy understands the group he's in. I'm going to be completely honest. So, sir, you are not of the persuasion. So they they don't really accept you, in my opinion, anyway. So we're gonna start there. Family means a lot to persons from the persons I know. So if you, in the end, if anything goes down, if you really think MJ is going to choose you over her group of friends she's known 20 plus years, you're crazy because you need to realize that you're on an island. So
Um,
be mindful of the things that you say and the actions that you take.
I think the
You have
reason
to look.
why well, I agree with you when you say he's not fully accepted by this group, and here's why. It's because of MJ. Because she would always go around and say, "I'm so glad I'm not with a Persian man. I got me a white boy," and da 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 da. And it's just like, what, girl? But yet she says that, but you still think that she would choose her friends and her family over Tommy.
Hmm. Oh, because
Okay.
MJ has always gone with the group in the end, no matter what. No matter what. Think about all the decisions. Like even when she's having issues with the
Mm-hmm.
group, she always
Mm-hmm.
comes back to the group because that she knows that's her safety net, and that's pretty much her family.
Tommy
If
also
things
told
were
her
to
he
really
don't
go,
want to hear it though. Tommy also said he don't want to
and
hear it. After
you see
everything
that's
that
the
went
problem.
down, he's done with
That's the problem.
them.
That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a problem for them. A huge problem. Because you're not going to be able to isolate her from her friends. It's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And look,
So that's why the
Stephanie has a good point. When Tommy wrote in the card,
housemate,
yeah,
housemate,
housemate, and Tommy claps back and said, should I have said cellmate? What is he like?
fair.
Again, it's that mentality from Queens. I don't think they quite understand where he coming from.
So I've met a couple people from Queens. I've met a couple people from all over New York, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Based on my limited knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
Queens is very different. The
Mm-hmm.
mentality he's coming from, Harlem, the Brooklyn, like where we just gonna let you have it and it is what it is. That's just the way yeah, that's the way I roll. Like, but the people I have met from Queens, I will say this: they will hold a grudge. Y'all could have a fight back in 1996. They will be able to tell you the date, the time, where it happened, exactly what you said, and why they still mad at you. That's just
Mm-hmm.
my experience, and it's hilarious to me. I'm like, really? You still hold on to that? Okay, go with it. Go with it.
I don't know. I only have my experience from growing up in Brooklyn, and back way back in the day, um, you just didn't cross the boroughs. You just didn't. You, with the exception of the city of Manhattan, you can cross in like a Brooklyn could go with a Manhattanite, but I sure enough wasn't going with nobody
Right.
from Queens because first of all, like you need a
Well,
car to get over there. We didn't have a car when I was young. it was buses and trains, and
yep,
nobody was going over to Queens because their service was limited.
yep. That's what a
So,
friend told me. They're
yep.
like, yeah. I feel like
So,
I'm like, they're
and
like,
nobody was
yeah,
going
like,
up to the Bronx because up there was dangerous. That was the Badlands.
mm-hmm.
Although they could have said the same thing about Brooklyn, where I lived. Ooh.
But yeah,
Anywho, who's
I read.
next?
Who's next? Let's see. Nima, his fake casting company is no longer, but he's directing, and he's going for the Bi-Coastal P. Next, did I miss anything?
I am glad that like he said, he's always wanted to direct, but he had his casting company and he kind of put it to the back burner. So now with having to shut down his casting company, it has now pushed him to go after what he really wanted, and he's got an opportunity on the East Coast, and I did like that. The whole dating stuff and having sex bi-coastally, that was irrelevant to me. What I took from that was that he was not sitting down doing nothing. And then we saw Shervin.
Basically,
Shervy Sherv. Oh my God. All right.
Sherman,
So who's,
Gigi.
you want to talk about that?
No, I'm just saying I like seeing Sherman on the show.
Mm-hmm.
He's a missing element to the show, in my opinion. I
Mm-hmm.
like him and Gigi as friends because he's always accepted Gigi as is. He's like the one who's always accepted her.
Child, I nearly fell
And
out when he asked her if she wants to be a whore.
I mean, hey, ask it straight out if you want to know.
Oh my God. Nima is trying hard with Destiny,
Who's
but
next?
here's the thing. Stephanie, I don't want those two together because I barely want Destiny on the show at this point. Um, Nima needs to stop looking for girlfriends
Let's
on
talk.
this
Okay,
show.
we can talk about her. So yes, Nima's looking for a girlfriend to stay on the show. But anyway, so Destiny, I'm kind of over her. The more I see Destiny on the show, it makes me miss Lily that much more. Lily and the Sarah girl from last season.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny adds nothing to this for me. And I want to
Nope.
know what happened. 'Cause I have a feeling Paulina was supposed to be her big storyline. I want to know what happened with that.
Mm. Might shut it down, I
I want to know.
guess.
He must have. And like you're trying to all of a sudden like create a clothing line, or you have Ahloo. Never heard of this, but okay, go for it, get your coin. But where was this talk about this business earlier in the season?
Here's my problem with Destiny. When she first started, she had a really good storyline. She wanted to find out where her dad was. And we went through the whole season, and they took us to the private investigator's office. Never heard a resolution today. Then the next
Mm-mm.
season, what did she do? I don't even know. But that was the only thing I was interested in. I wanted to hear what
Oh,
happened to your
oh,
dad.
the next season, remember she stirred the pot. She was
Right. But
running.
you should have
She
been
was
looking
running
for
to
your dad. You should have
correct.
been trying to figure out if he was still alive in Iran or not.
Exactly.
Like that, like I would have been interested in that. And then like getting like a crackly 30-second FaceTime with him, and then it was cut because it was cut by the Iranian government, and like I had it all planned out. I had it all planned out. But no, she just derailed herself. She derailed a really good opportunity with this show. And
Yep.
quite frankly, I know everybody says, oh, she should go back on the people's couch. At this point, no. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just done with her.
I really like. I liked her when she first came on the show because I thought she was interesting. But then
Mm-hmm.
she just fell into messiness, and she couldn't even stir the pot correctly. That was the problem for me. If you're gonna stir the
Yeah.
pot, do it better for me. Get Tamara Judge on the line. Let her tell you how to do it. Tamara would get caught, but at least Tamara wouldn't get caught to the end of the season.
Oh, no, Trey, I'm sorry. Trey says, I have a soft spot for Destiny because I was such a huge fan of the People's Couch. I know I'm on an island by myself with this one, though. LOL. Oh my God. I mean, I really tried with her, Trey. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
But she does not complete a thought in
Mm-hmm.
every sense of the word. In every action, she just doesn't. And then she goes and she does dumb stuff. And I get
Yeah.
why she has to start this Ahloo company because she had an events and promotions company before,
Mm-hmm.
and she probably got hit real hard last year. So
Yes.
I can understand that. But
Agree.
do I understand what it is you're selling on this Ahloo thing? No. And I'm not even like trying to look it up because I don't care at this point. Okay, but I like Destiny and
G-
Gigi. See, Trey, you're not alone on that island. You got Stephanie with you. All right,
and
Heidi, see you
GTA.
later.
Bye, Heidi. Thanks for coming.
And GTA, I like Neem. I can see myself being friends with him. You know, I can understand
Yes,
that GTA. I
I can.
can.
He's he's a good. He's not good for TV. He's like that friend you would hang out with like on a Friday, Saturday night and just go out and have a bomb time. But for
Hmm.
TV purposes, and I said this our last show about this show, he will not just be completely 100 transparent and just say what he thinks. He's very go along to get along, let me mold myself to fit in. Nah, dude, just say what you gotta say. If you gotta cut
Hmm.
somebody out, cut somebody out. I mean, that's what it is.
But I think in his head, he's still struggling to fit in with this crew. And he
Right.
himself doesn't feel like he's fully Persian.
I could agree with you with that. I agree with you
Hmm.
that he's mentioned that in the past.
Hmm. True. Destiny played it easy this season. Then Gigi just wants a D with an unavailable man. Don't we have manufacturers for that already? Yes, we do, girl. Mm-hmm.
Right? And Candy got a whole website. Keep it in the family. Keep the
Mm-hmm.
coin in the family. Just
Yep.
saying.
Okay, so who else we need to talk about?
The last
Did we
person
get
I think is
everybody?
Mike. Mike and his project management job. That's what was covered, right? I'm just saying.
You said project manager, and it just made me giggle. Um, are there is this building on a pass inspection? I'm just saying.
I mean, we can hope. We can hope. Because you know what? And this is not to be rude or mean. This is just a fact. I want to see Mike with the same job 2 seasons in a row. That's it. I want him to have the same job next season. No,
Good luck with that.
I'm
Said
hopeful.
very passive aggressively.
Hey, I'm with you. I just want him. I just want him to have the same job.
Okay, so Stephanie says, "Do we know if Mike was even within budget, or did he actually do this properly?" That I think I'm asking those same questions when I'm asking for the will it pass
I
inspection?
have a feeling. Here's my thing. My concern was this: his dad came in and said, like, look, they didn't take this to account, so we have to remove those 2 lights. I'm like, did they remove those 2 lights? And because when you have to when you install something and take something out, you gotta pay for that, and then you gotta
Hmm.
pay to have you have to pay for the repair of what you took out, and then you have to rewire everything so everything's wired properly. I bet you Mike went
Hmm.
over budget. I bet you he
Yeah,
went over
but
budget.
but but again, if the lights were there in the original plan and dad comes in and said we need to take out those lights from there, that's dad's overrunning of the budget.
Oh,
You
but
know
what
what I
happened
mean?
is what it was is the dad said, well, they didn't take into account the ceiling. That's why he said what he said. There was something
But
in the
how could
ceiling,
they
which is
not
why he
have
said the lights have to
taken
come
it?
out.
But how could they have not taken into account the ceiling? Like, wasn't
But
that
is it Mike
factored
the
in
project
the
manager?
plans?
Was it Mike the project
Ooh, child.
manager though?
Well, Here's the thing.
Well,
Remember when they was inside the apartment, the unfinished apartment? I was kind of concerned. I was just saying. I
you were. No, you were. You said that.
was just like, huh?
Then I had to go back and watch and look at it. I'm like, okay. I was looking at it, and I looked at it with what you said in mind, and I went back and looked at it. I'm like, okay, I see Debbie's concern. I can see what you were concerned. I'm like, well, it looks nice. It looks nice, but I I'm seeing some little areas of concern. Okay, Debbie's right on this one. I gotta go with her. When I first looked at it, I'm like, oh, Mike, you did a great job. This looks nice. But then when you said I'm concerned, I'm like, okay, let me go back with a critical eye. I'm like, ooh.
And
And
then
then you're
the
all making
next,
all the units.
mm-hmm. And the next
You're making all
thing
the
is,
units like this.
but wait, I can't wait to see the plaster work with the drywall and everything, because if it's as bad as it was at his house, I cannot wait. Because if it's shoddy outside and shoddy inside, that's not passing inspection.
Mm-mm.
We would be able to hold a job just like, oh, Stephanie,
Well,
child.
I mean, Stephanie said it. I'm just gonna sit here and drink my coffee and drink it in agreement.
We need a Blavi here. She knows a lot about their houses, child. I know about Mike's last house and the reason why he's living in an apartment building this time. That house, he was trying to sell it, but it did not pass inspection because of
Inspection.
faulty construction. And it was from the remodel that he did where he didn't pull permits. And so the reason why he can't
Mm-hmm.
even live in the house, because the city made it unlivable. They deemed
That's a shame.
it a hazard. So he can't even sell it. And he's living in the same apartment building as Cynthia Bailey's daughter. Mm-mm-mm. Child, at least she could pay for her apartment, though. Just saying. Anybody
But
else on
anything
this
with
show we
Gigi
need to
this
talk about?
episode?
Gigi had a thing with Shervin, and then she was feeding the baby while the nanny was there, like looking to make sure she did it right. They really Gigi has a lot of help with this child, and I'm wondering why. But okay. Um,
Right? Like she got more help than some people with 4 and 5 kids.
yeah, yeah. But you know what? Bless little Elijah. He'll be all right. Babies can
Yeah,
bounce when you drop them. But don't do that though.
Debbie,
Don't
not
do
bounce.
My uncle used to say that every time he dropped one of my cousins. By the time I was born, my mother was like, yeah, you're not holding her. Because my uncle had this really bad habit with all of my older cousins. He would like to throw them up in the air and catch them. And then like if somebody called him, he would like
Yep.
turn around and you would hear a kid hit the floor. Yeah, it sounds real. This was 60s and 70s, y'all. This ain't now. So yeah, so by the time I was born, my mother, like he did it to my brother, I think, and a couple of my other cousins who are older than me. By the time I was born, my mom was just like, that's okay, you don't need to hold her. Just look from across there. Yeah. So wait, because she's rich, that's why. I think it's something else, Kelly. I do. I I hate to say it, but I get the feeling, because like her mom moved in with her. And I know the mom is a backup to the nanny because the nanny can't work 24 hours a day, right? So the dad's paying for the nanny. He allowed the mom move in with Gigi, all for the sake of Elijah. That's kind of crazy. Why is that nanny there every second of Gigi time with her child? Exactly. We have never seen where she's with the child by herself, have we? I might be wrong. Guys in the chat, let me know if we've seen a scene where Gigi is with Elijah by herself and nobody else is around. I don't think so. I'm dead.
I
We need
can't
to.
recall.
What?
Hey, look, we just putting it out there for the people.
Oh
We
my
just putting it
God.
out there for the people. I mean, I love me some Gigi. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna lie on that. I love me some Gigi, but I have to agree with Debbie. I don't think we've actually seen her like with a one-on-one scene with just her and Elijah.
Why did she even have a kid? Well, I guess because she wanted to,
She
you
wanted one.
know?
She really did.
Yeah. My mom ran me over with her car. I get. Shut up, Stephanie.
Damn.
She gently nudged you. She didn't run you over. I'm gonna defend your mom. All right, so let's go to family karma. Oh Lord, who we gonna talk about first?
Let's talk about. Okay, I think we might have to talk about. Let's talk about Anisha. Get her out the way.
Mm-hmm.
So she's dating,
Mm-hmm.
and she's thinking about leaving Miami to see what she can find out there. Let's call a thing a thing. She's going to meet Anisha in L.A.
You think so? Booty call, booty
But
call, booty
isn't
call.
that where he is?
Yes, yes. And everybody really liked him. Well, meaning
Because
the aunties. The
she said,
aunties
"Oh, I'm
liked
gonna
him.
like a month." Yes, the aunties.
Mm-hmm.
So did she, and they said I could spend a month in LA, maybe a month in New York. But notice how you went to LA first, though. Just saying. On this channel we are Team Anish,
Right.
so we approve.
And I had started to watch it, and then I just was like, I'm not, because I had recorded both Karma and Watch What Happens Live. And I saw her on it. I was just like, never mind. And I deleted it. Trey, was it good? Anisha got into it with old Monica? Oof. She has a village. Bless that child. She
hmm
does go around 101
With the
with
dog,
her
yes, she
dog.
does.
Right, but the dog is her service dog though, because of the hearing impairment. Just my arm. See, I told you it was a slight brush. Stephanie, I'm with your mom. It made you stronger. God. All right, so but Anisha's mom, Chitra, broke her foot somehow. And so Anisha has become an indentured
Right.
servant to her mom now. Oh my God. Like her mom, how she texts, I couldn't be friends with Chitra because it is like texting diarrhea. One thought for every text. So your phone is going bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't do that. Messy question. Things got a little tense. Ooh. A team Anisha. Because Anisha is just putting it behind her. Monica seems to be the one holding on to it.
hmm
And she got a new man. Like,
Agreed.
to me, it makes me think she's holding on to this issue with Brian because she's still thinking about Brian. I'm just saying. Especially now that she know that there's trouble in the water with Dr. Monica, you know. Mm. Anywho, who else
hmm
we talking about?
Let's go to who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Let's do Brian. Love his parents.
Mm-hmm.
Love Mike and Dharma. Love,
Mm-hmm.
love, 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 love them. So supportive. So understanding. Want the best for their child. Do they like Brian's ego is not in the best of places, and he takes everything on the pressures,
Mm-hmm.
the lack of what Monica 2.0 has, and they're mostly concerned. I think they're mostly concerned for his mental health, honestly, because of the
Mm-hmm.
situation he's in. Because it must be hard on his ego to be currently unemployed,
Mm-hmm.
dating a doctor, and being Indian.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, okay, he
And
did
being a
himself
law.
a disservice running away from his culture all of those years. And so now that he's back immersed in the culture, it's kind of overwhelming for him. The expectations that he's instead of applying all those expectations to himself and carrying them throughout his life like all the other characters did, he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's way overwhelming for him, and so many things are happening at the same time while he's
Mm-hmm.
trying to mature. It's a lot, and he's very soft, just like his mom Dharma. He's very soft spirited, and she is there to protect her baby, and she don't care. He could stay with her forever. She doesn't care.
I just love his parents. I mean, I love all the parents actually,
Mhm.
but they
Mhm.
touch me because of how they ride for their baby.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
ride for their baby, and I'm here for that.
Oh my God, Trey, spoiler alert. Monica needs to let it go. Brian and Monica 2.0 are no more. He is single at this time. Well, we all kind of saw that
We saw
coming.
that coming.
We saw that coming. He wasn't ready
Yeah,
for that. He
not
was
for
trying
that.
to have an American relationship with an Indian girl.
Agreed.
You know, maybe he could have gotten away with that with Anisha if she was like 8 years younger. But yeah, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who? Okay, so Anisha, Vishal, and Amrit are planning a party. So it's kind of like for the holidays, plus to launch the boy swimwear underwear
Right.
line.
Underwear line.
Right. And Anisha tells Chitra, and Chitra's like, "Oh, can we come too?" And she's like, "No, this is for the kids only." And she's like, "We don't need your super party. The Anis know how to rock. And we're going to do our own party the same
That was
night."
hilarious. That was hilarious. And did you see? I love the texting scene. They're texting back. I'm like, oh my god, the aunties are throwing a party. We have to make it bigger and better. And they're like, Amber's like, I got this. I have ideas how we can make it bigger and better than theirs. And they're going back. It was hilarious that they were having dueling parties. I died.
The texting was way too much. But Dylan was like, "I'm into my date. I'm into my date." Oh, there. I'll pick that up later.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, at least she didn't have as much of a storyline this season, but we did get amazing personal growth from her, amazing professional growth from her. She's no longer lying to her parents about the money, the
Mm-hmm.
business side, and
Mm-hmm.
she got a major deal with a national clothing store or department store. I can't
I thought
remember.
it was a department store or retailer or
Department
something,
store.
something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. That would distribute her clothes. Which yay. So now she's frozen her eggs, going on dates and looking for a potential spouse and moving out. She is financially secure enough to move out. I think that's amazing growth in 2 seasons.
She had it in her. I think she was still healing from her long relationship, so she needed time, and that was her business. I'm happy for her. I really, really
Mm-hmm.
am happy for her.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is true, Stephanie. And we can tell from the last episode that they had already broken up, so it wasn't news to the world. It was just new news for Brian to tell the world and his friends. And he kind of
Right
skirted around it when he was at that
at the party.
the no, it was at the cards. They went to the Patels to play cards, the boys. And
Yes, I
remember
remember that
they
now.
asked him, are you getting engaged or something like that? And he's like, no, we had a heart to heart talk, but he kind
Hmm.
of skirted around it. But once I saw that scene where they were out by the pool and having that
Right.
discussion, but they were having two different discussions, I was like, that's not
Hmm.
gonna last. She gonna go
No,
back to Tampa and break up with him.
it was for the best
Okay.
though.
Mm-hmm. Who next? Who next? Who next?
Let's do Amrit. There wasn't much from
Amrit.
Amrit this episode, but he
Mm-mm.
was but he was just kind of like there as the friend, and he had his big moment, so he was cool.
Oh, Stephanie. I thought I was the only one cracking up. And he didn't even look like a model. Like he looked like Screech or something from Saved by the Bell. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I want the ladies to fall for someone out of their culture. But isn't that Bali? I mean, Bali. Bali has the guy from Kentucky,
Well, Bali's different. Cause
Tennessee.
Bali's different because she's older and she's been married twice
Mhm.
before. So she's like, I did the traditional Indian thing. I'm good. Thank you.
Did you see her mom at the auntie party?
Yes.
I was so nice. It was glad. I was glad to see her mom. Yeah.
We've only seen her once on the
I don't
entirety of the show.
remember. I don't
It was
remember
at.
seeing
It,
her
I
before.
think her mom was. I think she works with her mom at the
At the
floral
flower?
company. I
Yeah.
think that was her mom
Okay.
in the next cubicle. If I if I if I
Ah.
recall correctly.
Okay, okay. Who next?
Vishal. I was super
Hmm.
excited that he got his own apartment. I was so
Wait,
happy for him.
before we talk about Vishal, I think we need to do an auntie divert.
Okay.
Remember, Dharma set up the lunch with Risma and Lopa.
Lopa. Okay. I'm gonna say this. I was concerned, but that conversation made me understand Reshma a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
She actually said what we thought was in her head, and she
Mm-hmm.
was open and she was honest.
Mm-hmm.
And when she said, what mother wants to hear negative things about her child? And
Mm-hmm.
basically, what she was saying is, how would you expect me to be friends with you and you're disparaging my child? But you want to talk about, like, we're going to be family, we're going to be family, we're going to be family. So when she finally verbalized it,
Mm-hmm.
it just gave me more insight to her now that she's actually said it out loud and to Lopa.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's one thing for her to say it behind off camera, but for her to say it on camera shows me like she's like at this point she's like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this. Let me just tell you what it is. And she said what she had to say. And then Lopa, she finally let her walls down a little bit and gave them some insight to her because she's not really that close with the group because she wasn't living there like that. So I understand
Mm-hmm.
the disconnect, but for her to finally be like, look, I'm a human too. I'm a person too. I have feelings. There's
Mm-hmm.
more to me than just this hard exterior. So when they got to that point where they could finally bury it and move forward, I was super happy for that. Cause I don't think, and I agree with Dharma, I don't think Lopa's a bad person. I think Reshma said the same thing. It's just the way she communicates. It's always in a condescending, harsh tone, and she does that because she honestly, I just really felt she felt isolated. Like she really didn't have anybody. But she didn't have anybody because she really wasn't there in Miami enough, and she never let people answer like what she was really thinking on the emotional side.
Here's my thing with Lopa. Lopa real quick to snap her gums and insult somebody else's kid, right?
Hmm.
But yet, when it comes to face conversation, and Rishma said this, you're not even looking at me when you're speaking to me. And she goes, oh,
Hmm.
but Dharma's across from me. But you talking to Resma, but looking at Dharma. Bitch, don't
Hmm.
do that to me. Because
Hmm.
Resma's a better woman than I am.
But you
And
see what
then
Rishma
on
did
top of
though.
that, but wait, then on top of that, right? She's
Hmm.
like, "Oh, I'm isolated, but all of these aunties are like, let's invite her to everything that we have when we find out that she's here. Not that when we know she coming, but when we
Hmm.
find out she here because her daughter is marrying someone in our family, right?
Hmm.
Because they
Hmm.
kind of Rishma,
Yeah.
villages they own. And so we're going to bring her in. And it's like she's not even realizing that these aunties are really fighting hard for these two kids to get married. And they understand that these two women have to be on good terms for that marriage, the kids' marriage, to succeed. And it's like Lopa fighting everybody.
Mm-hmm.
in the hopes of retaining her child, but she's fighting a losing battle. She lost the
Yeah.
first daughter. Don't
Right.
lose this one. These aunties are on your side, Lopa. And if
Restaurant
you
included.
exactly, and if you have enough guts to go around and talk about Rishma Kid, who is your future son-in-law, whether you like it or not, to strangers, you could have the cojones to sit down in front of her and look her in the eye and say, this is what I want, this is what I need,
Mm-hmm.
from us to get along. I found it
Right.
mad disrespectful that she there looking at Dharma, but she's supposed to be speaking to Rishma.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't even turn your head slightly. Like,
Turn your chair.
and even when it was brought to your attention by Rishma, you just disregarded what she said and continued talking to Dharma. And Dharma is there going, oh my God. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she's just rude. She's just rude.
No,
I don't
she is.
know.
She is. But I'm gonna say this: when you isolate yourself like that, you tend to feel like everyone's against you when they're really not. And
No.
that's what she did because they've been trying to get these two to sit down, and Rishma always seems to be open to it to a degree, but Lopa's been trying to like, well, no, it's always Rishma did this, Rishma did that, but never say what she did. So
Mm-hmm.
I was happy to see this put to bed.
Yeah, and I agree with Trey. I don't see. I don't. Dharma tried her best to facilitate that peace brokering right there,
Hmm.
because at least she had the guts to bring those two together. Nobody else did. At least successfully.
Hmm.
um, I hope and pray that Rishma and Lopa can be cordial in the future. Nobody asking y'all to be best friends, but do
Hmm.
it for the kids.
Yes.
Do it for the kids, because y'all bickering caused them to bicker. Just call a
Right.
thing a thing. Why is Anisha so awkward on dates? Um, I think, to me, Anisha is a bit emotionally immature when it comes to dating, because she was in that one relationship for
Oof.
10
12 years.
years, 12 years.
Hmm.
So she seems to have only dated one person,
Right.
seriously. And so now she's learning everything that I guess we did when we was teenagers.
Right.
Yes. So, and she is kind of awkward looking anyway. So it is what it is. She's just out of practice. Yeah. The no eye contact bothered me, but I was happy to hear Lopa open up. I hope it's genuine though, Stephanie. I really do. I hope it's genuine.
Hmm.
Always talking ish under her breath. Always in defense. Always, yes, Trey. She is always in defense mode. Okay, so now we can go to Vishal. I wanted him to be last.
Okay. No worries. Um,
Hmm.
his segment was pretty like simple and straightforward. I'm gonna
Hmm.
make this extra effort. I'm gonna do all these
Hmm.
things. The alligator swimming was
The
definitely
alligator.
different.
Uh-huh. And then the
And
second surprise was the new business, which
yes.
he invited Risha
Hmm.
down, this magical weekend of one-upmanship. And then the
Hmm.
third thing was the apartment,
Apartment.
which it
I love his
shocked
apartment.
me.
I
It
love his
shocked me.
apartment.
Wow. And he got a full, like, one with a full bedroom,
Yeah.
not like Amrit, who's in a studio.
Studio.
Um, and what was heartwarming was that he listened to his dad and said, "You need to get a mariachi."
That was hilarious. I loved it.
But
But
he listened to his dad and he did it.
mhm. But what touched me though was when he presented. He asked one. The first thing was he asked her like, I was hoping you could stay here with me. I'm like, that's
Mm-hmm.
nice. And then when he gave her the ring back, he gave her the ring back
Mm-hmm.
on a chain. So like, you know what? I would like you to have this, but if you choose to wear it on your finger, it is your choice. And
Mm-hmm.
I like that. And then I will say this season, I've I've come to like Risha a lot more. I've come to understand her a lot more. And
Mm-hmm.
because she, like, remember we talked about this last our last show. She's
Mm-hmm.
not. When you break it down, she's not asking for much.
No, she
And
isn't.
all she wanted was a place for them to live, and he did that. And she's like, "That's all I wanted." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I like you so much better, but you know what it is? And I found myself. I'm like, okay, where does my dislike come from her? And what I found is I was disliking her because she was always with her mother and always focused on her mother and how she felt. It was never about how her and Vashal felt together. And
Mm-hmm.
when she was away from her mom, after they had that heart to heart on the balcony,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I get you now. And then to see her and Vishal commit to each other without thinking about their parents, I'm like, okay, I really, really get you. And this scene just really just, yeah, I like you. I get you. I like you guys together. Rooting for them. Like she, I think she opened up the season and to let us know
Mm-hmm.
like where she was really coming from. And when you really break, like I said, when you really break down her want, she's not asking for nearly what not most, but a lot of women ask for. She's like, dude, I just want a place for us where I'm not staying with your parents, um, and you can't stay with my mom's. We need a place for
Mm-hmm.
us. And he went out and did the thing. He did the
Mm-hmm.
thing. And in my mind, I'm like, dude, you could have been done this, but it took her saying like, "Look, either do this or I'm out," and he just went out and did it. And that just showed me
Mm-hmm.
like, dude, you love this woman. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you
Mm-hmm.
do. I'm glad you did it. Um, Congratulations to you both.
Oh, and did you see? He set the wedding date. That was the other thing that she wanted. He
Yes.
was like, November something is our 10-year anniversary,
Anniversary.
and we getting married.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, lay it down, Vishal. He came correct this season, though. He really did. He started off kind of shaky,
He did.
but in the end, he pulled it through and he gave her everything and that she asked for.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that they're kind of focusing on themselves.
Right.
And she's a better person than I am because I would not be waiting 9, 10 years for one person to grow up.
You know what it is though. I've noticed. So he would defer to her because he thought he was making her happy. He felt like she wanted to be in charge.
Mm-hmm.
But what she really wanted him is to be like, she was like, no, I'm a strong woman, but I need you to be just as strong of a man. And I want to see
Mm-hmm.
action. It can't just be me doing or me prodding. And then
Mm-hmm.
and I think the therapist actually helped him listen to her.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to let him do things without verbalizing. And then
Mm-hmm.
when she would verbalize what she wanted, it came off as nagging. So I
Mm-hmm.
think the therapist helped him understand, like, well, no, she's not nagging. She's just trying to let you be the man she knows you can be. And this was the
Mm-hmm.
culmination.
Yeah, I think I'm looking up. Yes, they are. Yeah, they are. He just needed to grow up a little bit.
Hmm.
Jesus. And listen to what her wants and needs are or
Yes,
were, and then do them.
right.
It's one thing to listen and ignore, it's another thing to listen and do. And good on Vishal.
Hmm.
Hello, Miss Ablavi. Hello, KDR.
Hey,
So,
guys.
Jamal, do you want to drop the link and have a little chat session to end off the week?
Yeah, drop the link. We got about, what, 15 minutes because
Yeah.
we still have like two records to do.
Oh yeah. Forgot about those. Okay, so if anybody wants to come up and discuss anything that happened in reality TV this week, you're more than happy to. If not, then we will say have a great weekend.
I
Um,
want to ask, like, okay, so I was watching the episode, right? I was watching Family
uh-huh.
Karma, and at the end, It just went to
Uh-huh.
black, and I'm like, did my TV just did my? Cause I was watching on the app. I'm like, did it just go out?
Hmm.
So it just that's the way it ended, right? It just went black, right?
I think so. I think mine did
Okay,
as well.
that was so interesting.
Hello, Miss Ablavi.
Hello.
How are you today?
You know how
Ah,
it is. Listen, I've been so disappointed with the Olympics that I have had to resort to watch the reality TV. I mean, the Americans just keep on losing, but that's neither here nor there.
my
The American just
God.
keep on losing.
They keep on losing. I'm looking at it and like, damn, can I go to the Olympics the way you keep on losing?
I mean, I haven't even. You know, I've watched the Olympics every year since what '92, and this is the first year I have not watched.
You're not
The
missing
fir-
nothing.
no, I'm not. It's on Twitter, so I'm like, I'll get updates.
Listen, Ivory Coast is about to win the 100 meter. I mean, shout out to Ivory Coast because it was just ridiculous. I was like, Jamaica's losing, but neither here nor there. Let me tell you something. It's time for Bravo to go.
Just all the Bravo.
And you know what? If we talking in about 6 months, it'll be time for what's that channel we watch for?
Uh
TLC to go in about 6 months. And in about a
oh,
year, it'll be time for WeTV to go. I'm bored. I want to see entertainment. I want to see foolishness. It's so bad with reality television. I was watching reruns of Flavor of Love
oh,
Flavor of Love. Oh my God.
oh, Flavor of Love, Charm School. Oh yeah, those were the days.
because let's go for the first one. This needs to be the last season of the Shahs. I'm so bored with the Shahs. It's like watching average people try to model. It's just boring. And average people trying to, it looks like a YouTube improv class.
Not improv.
Oh my God.
Nobody, I feel like they were richer before than they are now.
Damn, Ablavi. You said reality TV that made them broke. You know what you're saying?
hmm
Oh, shut up.
Because at least
Shut
for
up.
our stuff, we had her scamming and scheming outside a mansion. Then we had Mike's family's house that was perfect, honey. It was money. Then we had Jessica in the Fuji water. Money, because y'all can't tell me Fuji water don't taste like toilet bowl water. It just is
Uh,
nasty. I feel like that's what dogs drink.
Fuji and Avion, in my opinion, but that's neither here nor there.
Aquafina
What?
too. Aquafina is nasty as well.
Yeah, Aquafina, pro things. Shout out to
But
Hose Water, but okay.
yeah. But anyways,
Shout out to what? Hose water?
Yeah,
From the garden hose?
yeah. I'd rather drink that than drink some of those waters that we just talked about. Just saying.
Okay.
Just saying. Am
now
I
let's get
lying?
into something. Mm-mm. It's time for the drunk, the drunk, the drunk ex-wives club to be done.
The drunk ex-wives love to be them. Is that all housewives?
I was talking about New York in general
New York.
because Beverly
Oh.
Hills is we were almost famous.
Famous. Stop, Ablavi. Not we was almost famous. Oh my goodness. We was almost famous. That's wrong.
Yeah, we
That
were
is
almost
wrong.
famous. Housewives edition. Then Orange County was we used to be married to lawyers and doctors. Now we struggling like you with bums and dusties.
My gosh.
Then you got Jersey. We're all affiliated, but don't ask us how we get our money.
That's true.
That's
That's true.
that's a good point
That's a
there.
good point. No,
You
it's a good
spot
point.
on with that one.
And then we got Potomac. We're basic like you, flexing and flaunting. You know what? Potomac reminds me of Atlanta's credit card scammers. I'm surprised nobody got popped with a PPP loan. Because don't nobody work on Potomac. Don't nobody even have a rich man. I'm trying to figure out where y'all getting y'all money from and how I can get my pockets up. Because I don't see nobody working. I didn't see nobody do nothing. Ashley had the little food truck. And we have Candace's husband selling food plates out his house. I don't see where that's gone.
How much is he charging for those food plates if they're in $1 million home? I'm
I think
just
they
asking for a
charging.
friend.
Well, first of all, when you look on the records, that's not their home, it's Dorothy's. Second of all,
Wait. This new house that she's showing everybody this season is Dorothy's house?
correct,
But I thought they bought it.
they did with Dorothy's
About,
money.
From
about
the
did you
last house.
did you get the documents?
The documents of what?
Okay, the documents about the new house because everyone's saying like, no, it's Candace's and Chris's house. They
I
paid
can't
for
find
it.
any documents saying it is her house because I saw the sale and in the sale should say her and Chris. And let's be honest, listen, when I was broke and not working, I couldn't afford to pay rent. I need a grand tour. So at the very least, when you broke and not working, because I haven't seen her hair care line or nothing. I mean, at least Kenya Moore sells her water in Sally's. How's she gonna pay for it?
Not Sally's. Oof.
I didn't even worry about Sally's, her water. Oh my God. Oh
No,
my
but they keep
God.
saying that. Listen, let's say it's her house because it's her mother's money, which will be her money one day, right? What does
Mhm.
Candace do for a job that makes money? Is she scamming like Jen? Do we got another Jen in the mix?
I mean, Candace has businesses.
Again, profitable is the key word.
I mean, I'm just gonna do this. So are you? So
Mm.
Blob, are you trying to say that Candace could be possibly scamming with PPP loans? Is that what you're trying to say?
I
Oh,
think that she was able to buy the house with help from Dorothy because let's be honest, even with Candace earnings on Real Housewives of Potomac, she wouldn't have had 20. That means she had 200,000 to buy that house. Let's say her and Dorothy went half and half. So they got
Mm-hmm.
what, 400,000? How's she gonna
Right.
make her loan payment of 6 to 7,000? Because they're not getting paid the millions like the Atlanta girls. I don't even think they're getting
No.
half of it.
No. It's
oh wait.
I
She
think
had the movie
100K.
last year, didn't she? Didn't she get a
Again,
movie?
It was a
listen,
BET movie, I believe.
Oh. Mm.
Debbie, when it goes on BET, I need you to stop.
I didn't know where it went. I didn't watch it. I was just trying to throw some sort of income in there.
So okay, we're gonna talk about Candace
Okay, we talk
in
about Kenya
houses.
Moore for a minute.
No, let's say with Potomac real quick. I want to talk about
Okay.
Robin. 'Cause we spoke about this, Debbie. Now,
Mm.
according to Google, Juan makes 100K as head coach at the college. Okay, fine. Robin might make 100K on Potomac. We'll give her 100K. That's 200K. How are you building a house from the ground up with 200K?
Well, I think they get paid 250. Am I not mistaken? They're like at 250 now because they're in season 6.
But we have to remember they started real low on the pay scale. I think they started off at 5,000 episodes the first season. So I don't think someone like Robin. No offense to Robin.
I don't think they were
Um,
5,000. I think they were 20,000 for the season
Almost 20,000 for the season. Got it. Okay. So I
because
think
that
they
season,
got bumped.
yeah, because
I
that
think
season
they
was
got they got
six
bumped.
episodes or 8 episodes. It wasn't that big.
Wasn't that big? You're right. You're right. So I just trying to figure out how you're building this house on that little money just because especially the house you're trying to build. Yeah, I'm not seeing how that is happening. What are your
Well,
thoughts?
okay, Jamal, they are not building a hot. Listen, let's call a thing, right? They building on a
Oh,
cul-de-sac lot that they probably got a little discount because they on television. So maybe they got their lot off for 30%. Then they get in a standard home, and they live outside Potomac area. So maybe that house is costing them a 350. It ain't no $1 million
okay.
house.
Gotcha. You're saying they're not building, darling. They're not going rich. They going um just above basic is what you're trying to say.
No, basic. The average house is 337. Basic.
I'm trying trying to see. I'm trying to help the people out, and you just kind of just throw darts in my balloons. You know what? I just can't.
And if we're
But
talking about houses, let's talk about Mia and her 1,000 square foot apartment. I was like, Mia, I'm doing well. I have 750, you have 1,000. Come through.
So,
I,
are you
I
trying to
I
say she
was
lied?
telling you this, Jamal. To
You
me,
did.
it looks cozy.
Well, so
You
Debbie said she was lying, but that was 3,000 square feet. 3,000
No,
for
you know what 3,000 square feet is? The penthouse. Her third floor apartment is not 3,000 square feet.
that's what Debbie said. And she's
It
not
just
even.
felt tight, and I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, saying it was bad angles. We haven't
Too big of
seen all of
furniture.
it yet. Yeah, I even
Can I
said
can
big
I can we be
furniture.
honest? I don't even think that's
Uh-huh.
her house. I think that's a showroom for some buildings that they about to build on the water.
You think that's the model?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, so she's probably getting she's probably renting for free,
Mhm.
while they do
To promote the
advertising to
building.
promote the
Mhm.
building.
But you know what? I had that same thought because remember when we saw the picture of Robin and Juan in front of the house that was under
Right.
construction? I was
Yeah.
like, is that even your house? Or were you like driving through the country and decided to take a picture in front of a house that was being built for someone else?
Mm.
Like
Well,
I doubted that was her house.
well, let's remember, because when you say about Candace in her homes, if you recall, Chateau Charest, she alleged was her building. Yet when we learned to the court documents on Fulton County, it said it was her mother's. So, like I said, this ain't the first time scamming and scheming's happened.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Oh no, no, no. That's what housewives is for. I mean, in my opinion, it's
But
to help
can we talk
with
about this is reality news, but it's like reality, but not a reality show. What do y'all think about Kelly Clarkson paying that man 200K a month? Honey, I almost fell out.
I was just by Kelly, baby Candace.
Wow.
Let me talk to you real quick. You should have hit up Candy Burris about prenups, because there's no way she should have got caught up like that.
But
No
see, you
way.
Yeah,
know who
but
I
don't forget, his dad did the same thing to Reba McEntire when he divorced her. So I don't expect anything more from the son to do it to
He,
Kelly
hey,
Clarkson.
he learned from the best, but that's what I say.
well
I blame
well
Hmm.
Kelly on that
well
one.
let's talk about it. I mean, Dr. Dre, who makes billions, is paying 300,000, and you Kelly Clarkson only making 1.9. What you making? About 20 million a year. You paying 200,000 a month, 200K a month.
Wow.
I think we need to get a better lawyer. That's what I think. And you
Wait,
live
but
in
she's
Yeah.
Nashville.
but she's paying for like her biological kids with him plus his kids from the other family?
Okay, this is how bad it is. She has primary custody.
I heard that, but yet she's still paying him. Is that
Right.
child support or is that
It's
Spousal.
alimony?
both,
It's both.
It's both.
and
And
she,
so now he could go fishing.
of course, and spend her
What he
money on
always
another.
wanted to do.
And this is the best part about it. Even
Ugh.
if he gets married to another woman, he'll lose spousal support, right? But see, this is
Right.
why Jeannie Mai, again with the reality, ex don't want to marry his new chick. Because I heard word on the street, Jeannie Mai is sending some K to that night man every month. I heard it was in the 5 digits a month.
Wow.
Because technically he could have gotten alimony for life. Because isn't alimony for life after 10 years?
Alimony. Okay, so generally alimony is for up to 10 years or until you get married, whichever comes first, basically.
But I think they were married more than 10 years.
They were her and Freddie.
Yeah, but you get alimony only lasts up to 10 years. It's weird because it's state to state. So I think
Remember, she's in
California, if I recall,
California, which is
so I think
remember, she got the house, but she had to give him half of the equity of the house, and it was a $1 million
right.
house. And word on the street is the real is only getting paid 250K a year. What's that?
Yeah,
You
because
know
Tia was the most expensive one.
exactly. And Tia's on YouTube selling her nasty creations. Anyways,
Oh Lord have mercy.
but can you believe that? I was like, Gwen, are you paying attention?
Wow.
Because she just married Blake Sheldon, and he stayed like cheating on his wife allegedly. Hi, Miranda.
Oh my.
I mean, it's not like it's news though.
Well,
I'm just
listen,
saying. I'm just saying.
Gwen, I'm hoping Gwen learned a very good lesson from her first husband because right after, like when they were together for all those years, he was cheating on her. Right after they got married and both of those cross-Atlantic ceremonies, she found out, oops, there was a kid claiming that he was the daddy. Like she went through a lot with Gavin.
Well,
So
she left
hopefully she
Gavin
learned that with him.
because remember he had the second child. Remember
With
he
the
has another
nanny.
child with the nanny
With the nanny,
allegedly.
yeah.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
second one. Remember, he has the first child that was because the rock people are real ghetto with the way they have children and they sit there and be shooting up the club like a rapper. Anyways, the first child, they do. Listen, look at the one in the Rolling Stones. He's almost dead, and he's sitting there having baby after baby after baby.
Oh my
Ridiculous.
God.
But one of his friends, he slept with his wife, and that's the first child. That child's like in his probably late 20s, maybe 30s. Then he has the three from Gwen, and then he has the
Right.
one with the nanny, allegedly. And then remember,
Yeah.
he did an article about him liking sleeping with men. So, honey, it was scandalous.
Wait, what?
You don't remember the article? You got to look back on it. There was an article about how he used to sleep with men early on in his career.
Oh, so he was a David Bowie part deux. Okay.
Exactly. Hi. Hi. How
Hey.
you doing? Listen,
Ooh.
shout out to the Skittles community. The baby is on his way out. Shout out to the Skittles. Takes the rainbow.
Oh my God.
Come
Poor.
on, Jamal. Why would he say? What straight man says something like that? Jamal, I'm waiting.
I have no answer. None that I know of. I mean, some of these they just wild out in these streets nowadays. Like, what is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you? Do not be out here putting your business out there and stay off these apps. I'm sorry. When you have money, and this goes to Tiger Woods and those kind of people. When you have the means, you don't need to go on the app. You have people to find people for you. I'm sorry, you just do. You say
Mhm.
you have them sign a nice little NDA, and you keep it moving. You don't be running around here like, oh, where you at? I was on Grinder. What is wrong with you? Don't do it. You have your assistant call the agency to hook you up. That's how it goes. Or the hotel. Some of the hotels you stay at, you slip the concierge, a piece of change, and they'll give you the catalogs. Just saying. And yes,
Listen,
at the higher end hotels, they do have a nice little catalog for you.
listen. He came all the way with his Skittles Taste the Rainbow. Shout out to him. Shout out to Lil Boosie coming through. Shout out to Miss Clifford. Miss Clifford, shout out to you. We thought that the charges from Atlanta and Los Angeles was enough to shut your mouth. But shout out to you.
Oh my
Listen,
goodness. Wait, are there more charges? Wait,
the
Vegas.
charges haven't
No,
been dropped.
they haven't.
No.
Whoa, whoa.
And this is his third strike, right?
I heard that.
Oh no.
Yeah, I
Wait,
heard
Yeah.
is he
that.
under like three strikes in your life thing?
I don't I wouldn't well one of them is in Los Angeles. Isn't the Los Angeles a three-strike rule?
Yes,
Or do you have to
California.
get the three do you have to get the three strikes in California?
I want to say this: the three strikes in California.
We'll see. I'm sure Atlanta got some crazy. Georgia has some crazy rules, but yeah,
But
he's
this
out of
is
pocket.
federal, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, see that's a whole when it's the feds, it's a whole different ballgame. They do what they
Yeah,
want to
but
do.
his first charge with the gun thing, that would be federal, right?
yeah.
And then the second time, what did he go to jail for?
Breaking probation.
On federal charges? That was
Yeah.
from the federal thing. So then that's federal too. Oh, child. Never mind.
Listen. The reality television. Let me tell you what else to watch. Listen, I really did try to watch Married at First Sight. I just couldn't do
Hmm.
3 hours of wedding.
It was a lot. It was like fast forward was my best friend, and I've realized that there's one of the couples, Brett and Ryan, that fast forward through the. I'm just not interested.
I'm just not
And
interested in it right now. I don't know why. I just don't want to watch it right now.
yeah, I'm hoping that it'll pick up like when the weddings are over and like they're on the honeymoon and we
Mhm.
see like all of the couples together and see like how it all shakes out, because right now it is painful. I was not going to watch it, but I wound up watching both episode 1 and 2 yesterday. It was torture. Don't watch it until
Well,
all the
no.
weddings
What
are over.
I was watching OWN because I love marriage. I have to start reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville and Ghetto Love. Honey, Ghetto Love is in full display on that show. But I watch
Wait,
another show,
it's not called Ghetto Love. What is it called? Is that the
Love and
one where like everybody goes to a house and the two families hate the future bride and groom and they try to with a therapist to work it out?
No. Okay, so that was another one. What was it called? I think it's
I
called
remember.
um Put a Ring
It
on
comes
It.
something like that because it's right after Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Yeah, Put a Ring. It's Put a Ring on It and Fiance or Family.
Oh, okay.
Now the Put a Ring on It is too much. Listen, the Put a Ring on It has too much of that ghetto love. I'm with somebody 10 years, we not married, we keep keying it up, ghetto love. And then they find somebody new and see if the person wants to date this person instead. I just think that's setting somebody up for, you know, a ghetto mess.
Okay. All right. Well, okay, so I I'm sorry, but I actually have to cut this short, unfortunately. I just got a message. So I
Okay,
am sorry, Ablavi.
that's
Normally I
fine.
would stay and hang around and kiki a little bit, but I've got to go. Join us again next week, where we'll be reviewing everything again. I'll try to put up everything late Sunday night so that your schedule will be out for the entire week. When are you going next? When are you going live next,
I'm
Ablavi?
going live tomorrow for Love After Lockup.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I shouldn't say that. If it's boring, I'm not going live because I'm pretty bored right now. I want to get. I want to have some. I want to see the other person in the bed. You know.
Oh, Lord have mercy. No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh my God. Okay, so check out Ablavi's channel. I put the link in the live chat a little bit earlier, but if not, you can do a search for her, Ablavi M on YouTube, and you can see all of her crazy reviews and social media commentary and opinions. She's got a great crew that joins her to share their opinions.
All
All right,
right.
my
I'll talk to
love.
you later. Have a good one.
Thank
Bye.
you. You too.
All
Bye.
right, bye.
Okay, so Jamal, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I had to cut it short. I had no idea celebrities didn't get prenups. That should be mandatory thing, no matter what. Yes, it should be. All their business managers should be making them get prenups. Agree with you, Stephanie. Okay, so my friend, any final thoughts?
No, we're good.
Okay. All right. So until next time,
Of course.
Jamal. Oh, okay. All right. So
Bye. Yeah.
bye.
Bye.